Hello, welcome back to episode 6. I think I said back in the second or third episode that Daniel and I would try a lot harder to describe more of the things that we have going on since we're using Tailspire, and anyone who wants to listen doesn't have that luxury of being able to see what we see, but guess what we don't do in this episode, all about puzzles and stuff. Yeah, we don't describe anything. As someone who personally does struggle with imagining very vital parts of information like mazes and puzzles, I'm just going to go ahead and put in a roughly 30-second clip of our Tailspire map. So for those who do struggle with theater of the mind, I got you. But if you want to go ahead and skip the next 30 seconds like right now because you don't want to hear about what is going to happen, maybe save it for the end to take a look at, go ahead and skip that 30 seconds right now. This is the front entrance. This is where Wynn comes in and goes out from. We have the main arena section where the dare sculpture is in the middle. Then we move on to the bathhouse puzzle. There's that, and then on the other side we have my computer lags. We have the shadow puzzle with all the canvases and the braziers. And then the very last part at the end here is where we have the color-coded, shape-coded very last puzzle. I hope my efforts to put in that visual will be a suitable apology for us not describing anything, but enjoy the episode. Go ahead, say what
Okay, so the little quick addendum is that the right side of the puzzle box was not 2 triangles and a square, the one triangle being sapphire, one triangle being topaz, one square being a ruby. It is instead a ruby square, a sapphire triangle, and a topaz trapezoid? I think that's the shape?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, okay. It is a topaz trapezoid. That is the addendum. That is it. That's the only thing I'm changing for this puzzle to make sense.
That's the only thing you're changing?
It's the only thing I have to change. I might have to change more for room number 3, but we'll get to that.
Number 3? There's 3 rooms?
There's 4 rooms, technically.
There's 4? Daniel, I don't have that much brain.
I'm making a whole ass dungeon.
Wow.
Dude, it's a very tiny, basic ass dungeon. This is very Legend of Zelda level stuff, Christy. I'm confident you will be stumped at minor points, but I am also confident that you will find them out eventually.
Okay.
Alright, so we last left off with you getting some dragon scales, getting some directions, saving a bunch of dragon babies. Your daggers...
You mean my grandchildren? My godchildren?
Maybe. You didn't get their names. Anyways, your dagger becomes a rapier. You've been chatting more with Demos, and Robit is no longer in a depressed stupor for not wanting several times in a row. That's where we have left off.
He's on that rebound.
So you've now been given your directions to the Temple of the Stag, and several hours later, you come across in the thick of the woods. You see before you in the thick of trees as it almost becomes like an impenetrable barrier of trees and foliage and wood and thicket. The light begins to get darker as the canopy gets thicker and thicker, but enough light is coming through that it's like a brightly lit moon night.
Okay.
It's light enough for you to see, but it's dark.
And wait, is it night right now?
It is not. It is around 4 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And as you're coming across this thick barrier, you find an opening in this. Again, it seems like you've come across essentially like a natural wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like you think you could, if you really wanted to, pass these trees, but it would be a pain in the ass. You look and you find a natural, well, not natural. You find a opening in this barrier. That is this archway of jagged rock that stands before you. And as you pass inside... Oh, I assume you go inside.
Yeah. Might as well. It looks like an entryway. Might as well be an entryway.
And as you enter, that darkness sort of fades, and it brightens up, and you are standing in what is essentially a thick, luscious garden filled with, foliage and fruits and vegetables. You see plants from all over. You see beautiful flowers. You see tree, even some cacti and like bamboo, like plants that you wouldn't normally see around
It
here.
doesn't belong there.
Exactly, and it's sort of like this thriving, living area, right on the cusp of being overgrown. And all of that is beautiful and breathtaking, but what catches your eye more is this like mound, a mixture of rock and earth, almost like a cartoonish hill. Like if you were to have a child draw me an area with a hill, how it would be like flat, 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 and then ooh,
Yeah.
that one like camel hump.
Yeah.
On a flat piece of land. That's what you see before you, is this mass of just land sitting in, before you, with like a ridiculously steep amount of dirt going up that is covered in grass all the way to the top. Coming out of it are these bits of rock, and it looks wrong for a minute. It looks kind of like, for this being a nature place, it looks scary. These rocks are jagged and it looks hostile. But as you take a few more steps closer, all of the rocks align, and the way that they do, you see the image of a massive stone deer head looking down at you. You know, like those things where you can't see what it actually is until you're standing at the right perspective?
Yeah.
That's what's happening. So as you look up, the perspective matches, and you see this stone head looking down at you with these large antlers. And when you look down on the floor, you also see that perfect shadow. And beneath that head is another archway leading into the hill.
We'll say, I think we found our temple. Just this and then 5 more days back and I'll be curse-free.
You realize that if they're tracking you, the odds of you running into them on those 5 days back is pretty high, right? You didn't think this through, did you?
Be quiet. Is it okay to go in?
Go ahead. Well,
is the opening into the temple as open as the first archway going into the garden?
What do you mean as open?
Is there like a door?
There's no door, it's just open.
It's just open?
Yep.
Can I see if there are, like, traps?
Would you like, you can roll me perception or investigation.
I will give you a perception. That's an 11.
Okay. With an 11.
I don't know, I don't trust ancient lost temples in the middle of nowhere that are completely open, you know?
With an 11, you take a look at the entryway, and you'll notice a few stones are missing.
From the entryway?
Yep.
Like, missing how?
Like, you're walking on a pathway of these chiseled stone blocks. Or, they look less chiseled. It's weird. It's as if water has eroded the stone into these square patterns, rather than someone had made square stones and slapped them in. But when you look down at this entryway, you see 2 spots that seem to just be missing a few of these blocks, and as you peer in, you can see where pressure plates used to be.
Oh, so this is old as shit, is it?
Or, yeah, I guess. It's old enough that either someone came and removed the pressure plates, or they've broken.
Okay, well, I will not step on those.
Okay.
And I'll pass through the threshold.
And as you pass through the threshold,
like,
you
roll me!
No.
Constitution saving throw!
You walk into a 75-foot wide...
A big fucking room.
I'm trying to give descriptions, Christy. We talked about this. 75 feet wide, 55-foot deep, ovular room. Within this hill. And you don't see any of these lights when you come in. It's all, like, you
dark.
see burnt out.
Oh, okay.
Burnt out candles. Like,
so is it pitch black in here?
It is near pitch black in here, yes.
Except for, like, the sunlight coming through the entryway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, pretty much. And you are in this room. It's pretty hard to see. It's pretty dim. It's pretty dark.
What's this monument that we have going on in the middle?
It's hard to see in the darkness.
I believe I have a torch. Can I... let me make sure.
As you start doing that, what's going to happen is... You didn't give him prestidigitation?
I didn't.
You're a fucking mongrel. You're gonna pew, 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 and he's just gonna firebolt, just fire onto all of these torches.
Can Win? Because I've never had Win do this.
What's your passive investigation, 10?
My passive investigation is... Yeah, I don't have anything yet.
Well, since you noticed the trap from before, you kind of think back on it, and tell me if this is in Win's character, but you go back, and you take a look at it because you had a hunch as you see it, and you realize what the pressure pad used to do.
Oh, would it turn on the lights?
It would turn on the lights for you.
Oh man. This place has gone to shambles! Thank you, Demos.
You're welcome. And, would he say you're welcome? He'd be like, this is the first time you thanked me. You're welcome. Anyways. And then...
Well, I was also going to say, because I've never had Win look over her shoulder, because I assume that's where, like, the magic
voice mostly comes from, like, behind her ear. Which, I guess you would look behind your shoulder for that.
Can she see him casting magic from behind her?
Like,
how would you say it, like,
I think
apparates?
the ball of flame sort of appears over her shoulder and then fires past her.
Oh, okay.
So do you hit the button? Or do you hit the pressure plate?
From the entrance, or, like, is there...
Oh, fuck, I'm stupid, hold on. Yeah, do you push it?
Yeah, I'll push it.
Okay.
Why not?
Because
Fuck
then
it.
these two golden... I don't think parapet's the right word, but these standing four-pronged pillars before this monument in the center of the room just burst with these big blasts of fire. And to you, it doesn't look like any kind of light source you've ever seen, where, like, when you have these magical fireballs floating in certain magical people's houses, or like you saw at, I forgot her name. It's
Lori?
in my notes. No, not Lori.
Amari?
Huh?
Amari?
Amari?
The witch druid?
Yes. In her house. You know, they look like if you took a campfire, removed it from a campfire, and had it floating. Torches look a certain way. This looks different. It looks like the fire's being jetted out of these golden spokes, but they're not hollow. The best way I would describe it is, you know, butane torches?
Yes.
Imagine, like, just 4 really big ones firing together up into the air.
Okay.
And that's what you're seeing in front of this monument. And with all the lights on...
What a shame, I didn't bring any marshmallows with me.
Divas is gonna be like, it's a shame you didn't stop and burn some time to get some marshmallows with a snake woman hunting us.
You only live life once.
Demos is like, sure.
Right.
For you.
Your life's not going to be very long.
And standing before you is a large, chiseled from stone statue of this big stag. It's like standing upon not a horizontal, like a diagonal, jutting out chunk of stone as it's standing proudly, almost like as if you were seeing it. You know the Lion King Pride Rock? The tip of it? Imagine just like cutting off the tip of it, and that's what it's standing on, proudly, sitting about probably 15 feet tall in total with the rock, and then it being a large creature anyways. And you see what used to be, you see 2 stone nubs where...
The antlers used to be?
Where antlers must have used to be.
Okay.
And they're just gone.
Oh, man.
You see it seems to have eyes that have sockets for gemstones to be in, and those are just gone as well.
Well, that's understandable. Why just take the antlers? That's not...
Roll me investigation.
A 1.
Why take the antlers? And that's where the thought ends. Yeah, so you see these golden spokes have been like scraped. Like something
for every penny that it's worth.
That's kind of what you're getting. Like they're
going into a house just to get the copper lining that's still in there.
Basically. And yeah, you stand in this room, this desolate room. And
my desolate room.
The only thing that catches your eye besides that statue is over here a metal gate to the left side of the oval shaped room.
What about this right here? Is this something that you put here?
Yeah. Do you want to go take a look
at
at
the back of the room? Is there anything to the right immediately?
Oh, right. I forgot to...
Is there nothing to the...
There is. I'm just stupid. I forgot to unveil...
No, you're okay.
There you go. There's a fireplace. Which also turned off.
Legit? Like a fire? Like
yeah. It's like a stone fireplace.
Okay. I guess I will go counterclockwise. I want to look at this fireplace first.
Okay.
Is it just a fireplace?
You see before you a stone fireplace that is mostly just a round mound of stone and dried mud and dirt in this wall, and the fireplace is pretty large. It's like much bigger than a normal fireplace you would see. Probably about, it's taller than you, maybe about 6 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
It's this arch-like opening into this fireplace, and then there's this roaring flame that reaches at least 5 feet tall.
Whoa.
Before you. And as you inspect it, it does just seem to be a normal fire pit, or fireplace. Just there's a lot of, like, heat, how it gives the heat mirage, the wobble in the air.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that around this.
I mean, a 5-foot fire, that's a lot of heat.
Yeah, roll me investigation.
Do I get another one? I got another one.
There you go. That's what you learned about this fireplace.
Okay, alright. Well, that's fireplace. I want to go ahead and look at what's going on in the back of the room here. This painting, or this map?
It is a painting. You see before you I'm going to put some extra fire so you can see it. You see this massive painting. It's actually bigger than what you see here. It's probably about 5, 10, 15 feet wide.
Whoa!
It's this really beautiful big canvas painting of, like, this luscious, lovely landscape. And you see a rendition of the stag standing upon this lovely little hill amongst this beautiful, lush forest. The one thing you notice that's odd about the forest is that there's 2 forests. One below, and instead of a sky, you see another forest growing into the top of the picture upside down.
Oh.
You see a sun sitting in the middle between the 2 forests, and you see the figure or silhouette of a woman riding upon the back of the stag.
If I had the time, I'd take the painting. Is there anything with the back of the statue, since we're behind the statue right now?
You take a look, and you see a plaque, or like a plaque. You see several plaques, and each one seems to be written in a different language, one of which is common. And when you read it, it's kind of like old and scuffed and scraped, but you essentially read, it's going to say something along the lines of, "May the grandeur of the stag bless those who enter his temple under the guise of need." And it's going to continue with, "The stag welcomes those who wish to seek more to attempt to do so here."
So what was the first part?
The first part said...
if it's something different, you could just say... either way.
It essentially says, "Those who come seeking help or need are welcome within the Temple of the Stag, and those who come here seeking more are welcome to seek for more here." That's me dumbing it down as dumbed down as I can.
Okay. I'm just keeping that down as a note.
Okay.
Cool. So we see the painting. I can write down that there's a painting. So the painting is the stag in a forest with a lady on it, but the forest is also in the skyline upside down with the sun in the middle.
Yes. If you'd like to try a check on that, you can.
Would I do, like, a history check?
You could try history, religion. Yeah, history or religion would be your options there.
They are both the same for me, so
But depending on what you roll gives you different information.
I'll do religion.
Okay.
I don't think history has a lot of explanation for the forest in the sky. 12.
12 on what?
History. I mean religion. Religion. Ah!
12 on religion will reveal the concept to you. You've heard of a place. People have all heard of Mount Celestia. Major religions always talk about that place. People have heard of the Nine Hells and the Abyss and all of these other places. It's sort of like if you know about Christianity, like, even if you're not a Christian, you know about heaven and hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not everyone knows about, like, the Egyptian concept of where you go after you die. Not everyone knows, right?
Yeah.
So you have heard briefly of a concept of a place called Bitopia, the Twin Heavens.
Bitopia?
Yes.
Okay.
And that is all I can tell you.
Okay.
Is you've heard of that concept and that this painting kind of evokes that feeling to you.
Okay.
Whether that's exactly what it is, or it's something similar, or it has tangentially relevant, you don't know.
Okay. And I will go over to the most appealing gate on the left.
All right. And you find an old iron gate that has no lock and seems incapable of being locked.
Is it just open?
Yeah, do you try and open it?
I would like to check to see if there's a trap on it.
Roll me perception. I feel like investigation's just better for traps, though. I don't know.
Well, I have a +3 to investigation, perception. So,
okay, what'd you get?
If it's perception, it'll be a 17.
Alright, with a 17, it does not seem to be trapped.
Okay, I'll open it. Oh, this is very easy so far.
And then, hold on.
A skirt? Oh!
There you go.
Wow.
As you come into this room, you find a room lit by 4 braziers? Yeah. Braziers in the 4 corners of the room. The air is warm and slightly humid as you come in here. The floors are this smooth stone. There are some benches type things along the edges of the room. Oh, I should give you guys the quick dimensions. It is a rectangular room, 50 feet by...
This is pretty square. Oh.
60 feet.
I guess it's technically a rectangle.
Get fucked, nerd. 50 feet by 60 foot wide room, and as you come in, again, each corner is lit by its own brazier. There are these benches along the walls. You see what seem to be like some kinds of crate or baskets sitting by those benches, and in the center you see a pool of steaming water.
Oh, it's steaming?
Yes, it is lightly steaming and almost like ever so slightly bubbling. Not bubbling like a jacuzzi, but like where you're getting
spring?
Yeah, you're getting these tiny little air bubbles coming up, and it keeps the water this very gentle foaminess.
Is this a respite spot then, since this is for those who need help?
I don't know.
Because you said there are benches and there are baskets. I assume that's where you go and get stripped and put your stuff and then take a swim.
And then you see 1, 2, 3, 4 pillars at each corner of this body of water. However, these 2 pillars...
The back left and the front right?
Yes. You see they...
Oh no, you're whipping out the notes.
I'm making sure, hold on.
This is just supposed to be a jacuzzi, Daniel.
You notice each of them has a number. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll notice that these 2 pillars are kind of just bare. They're just these rectangular stone pillars.
What's the front, left, and the back? Right.
These 2 are also square rectangular pillars that just raise. But you'll notice that this one is covered in quartz crystals.
Oh, okay. So front, right. No, yeah. Front, right. Front, no. Front, left. I did.
Oh, never mind. I have my stupid things right here. This one is covered in obsidian bits.
Front left is covered in obsidian.
Then you'll notice the corner opposite of it, back right, is covered in topaz.
Okay.
And then these 2 are bare of any gemstones.
Okay.
And then it was 1, 2, 3, 4, what you saw on the pillars.
What are the pillars just pillars? Are they connected to anything?
They're connected to the ceiling.
What's up on the ceiling?
Well, it's when you look up, it just seems... Well, first of all, you see some floating flames that seem to be illuminating the room along with the braziers. But the ceiling is just a, like, smooth... It cut, like, this rectangular room eventually smoothens out again into, like, this arching cone type ceiling. And you get sort of a cathedral-like painted mosaic on the top that just seems to be of the sky.
Oh, okay. What else is going on in this room? You said there are benches. You said there are baskets of stuff? Are there anything in the baskets?
You find some pieces of, like, torn bits of clothing. You find a few, like, old tools. You find, like, a very old, like, nail file, some old, like, tweezers. You find
She takes the nail file.
Okay. You find a very old, like a hunting knife. There's a big knife that's not really good for anything in particular. It's more just for, like, durability and, like, you're out, you know, you need to cut up some wood, you need to do this. It's, like, more of a survival tool. That's what you find in here.
Are we talking, like, sandpaper nail file or metal nail file?
Metal nail file.
If we ever end up in prison.
Oh, no. It is old and rusty, I will point out.
And?
Okay. A file's better than no file.
Yeah. People pay good money for that. What do the bottoms of these pillars look like? Do I need to get into this water to do so? Is there any other opening? Are these just walls that I'm looking at right now?
Yes.
Okay, so back, front, left, it's just wall. And so, is there anything at the bottom of these pillars? In the water? Because they go into the water, right?
As you look in, it's hard to see the bottom because of these bubbles that are coming up, leaving a white, like, opaqueness, like, almost foam on the top of the water from the bubbling.
How deep is it? So do I have to commit to get in here, or can I, like, put my hand in to...
You could, like, reach down to touch the water, but you can't tell how deep it is.
She can swim. How hot is it? I assume, like, a comfortable...
It's slightly above perfectly comfortable.
Okay.
It's one of those things where you're gonna get in, it might be a little, like, uncomfortably hot for a second, and then you'll adjust to it kind of deals.
I would like wind. Before I jump into this water, that's everything to be seen in this room. Are there anything up with the braziers? Any scriptures on the benches or on the walls?
Everything you see is nothing too wild. Any scripture isn't really a scripture. It's more of just, like, religious iconography that you don't... kind
of like what Romans
I don't think Wynn would really understand.
I should be like, that's a deer.
Yeah, basically, like, it's just more religious iconography rather than any actual, like, writing or scripture or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, so what we're going to do is Wynn's gonna set up... She has pitons?
Pitons, I believe.
Pitons?
Terms, yeah.
Tomato, whatever it's called. Someone can get angry about that.
Yeah.
Not on my time. Set up some pitons and rope just in case the water gets lower. What? I can't?
You can't. Pitons are hammered into a space between two rocks, and the floor is smooth.
Oh, it's smooth? Well, I'll tie it around the columns then.
Okay. Yeah, you tie a rope around one of the columns?
Mm-hmm.
Which column?
I'll do the plain one. This front... You said this was...
This is plain, plain obsidian topaz.
I will do the front right one then.
Okay, so you come up over here, you come to the front right one, and you tie a rope.
Yes.
Okay.
I would also like to tie a rope around to the front left obsidian one.
Okay.
Just in case.
Like a separate rope?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she's gonna take off her clothes because she doesn't want them to be wet. She is gonna be like, I guess I've been wandering around in the forest for 5 days. I could use this anyway, and we're going to get in.
All right. And do you jump in? Do you?
She eases herself in to kind of see like if she can feel a bottom, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to just jump into the water and not know if I have to put effort into swimming or not.
No, that's fair. You actually do find there's like a railing, like an old decrepit railing.
The old and railing.
And you grab onto it and you slowly lower yourself into the water. And when standing at her full height, eventually the water stops just like almost at her collarbone, a little bit below.
Okay.
So she's what, 5'5"?
5'5".
5'5". So the water's like 5 feet tall,
okay.
We'll say, ish. So yeah, you're in a 5 foot deep, bubbling sauna kind of deal. And as your feet touch the bottom, it is also this like lovely smooth stone. However, it's not perfectly flat like the rest of the stone.
Mm-hmm.
It has a little bit of deviation, a little bit of wobble, and you get the sense that the floor is more raw and natural.
Mm-hmm.
It just may have been smoothened a little bit, but
okay.
not flattened. Wind feels like a wave of, like, relief.
Or in a jacuzzi, baby.
Any pain that she's having seems to kind of dull, and she essentially gets the feeling of like having a muscle relaxer.
Ooh.
So if she would probably recognize it as a similar feeling to as if she was getting drunk, just without the actual mental inebriation.
Yeah.
So her body just feels that like relaxedness.
Okay.
It's almost like she was just done getting a good massage.
Ooh, alright. And that normally doesn't happen with a jacuzzi, right?
Of course fucking not.
How nice.
Jacuzzis are nice, but they're not, oh god, I only need a jacuzzi and I could feel like I had a massage.
Oh, that's
Kinda.
this is nice. She'll take a minute to herself and just...
So
No,
she
we must stay focused.
She just relaxes for a minute.
Yeah.
And after 1 minute, you have taken a long rest.
Ooh! Excellent.
There you go.
Okay, cool. I still want to see if there's anything helpful or useful at the bottom of all these pillars, though.
Okay. So you just go to each pillar?
Yes.
Alrighty. So you're at the base of the bear pillar, and you're just reaching down to the bottom of the water, or
Yeah, just feeling around if I can see anything or if there's like a button or something.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you check this one, nothing.
I'd like to check the front, the obsidian one. The
Alright,
front
you
left.
check that one,
Uh-huh.
and you find nothing.
I would like to check the back left bear one.
Alright, and as you walk over, roll me a dex save.
Oh, not in the water! I'm nude! I'm naked! What are you? Are you in math? 22.
You put your foot down, and as you do, you feel something sharp stab into your foot, but you pull your foot back before anything could really happen. You feel something lightly stuck into the bottom of your foot.
What is it?
As you pull it out, you find in your hand is a teeny tiny piece of gemstone.
Oh.
It is a teeny tiny emerald.
Oh, we have a rock now. Can she look on the bottom of the jacuzzi? I'm gonna keep calling it a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
To see if there are any more loose gems?
Yeah, you take a look, and in about let me just make sure I can get it right. We'll say about a 15-foot radius out from the bare back left pillar, you can find a few tiny, itty-bitty little bits of emerald.
Some more emerald?
Yep.
Okay. I see what you're doing here. I don't actually.
Would you like a recap of the information?
No, because you said that the front left is obsidian.
Correct.
And that the back right is topaz.
And you found emeralds
and
around
I found
this one.
emerald.
And the pillars are labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So the one I'm at right now should be quartz. No, wait, that wouldn't make sense. Because right now I have written down for the... Actually, no, I didn't update shit.
On the
No,
box,
I did update.
On the box, it was originally...
Right now, for the left side that has 4 gems, I have it obsidian, topaz, quartz, emerald.
Yes.
That's the order it should be?
No.
Okay.
That's the order they are on the box.
On the box.
So it's obsidian. On the box, reading left to right like a page, that's how you'd see them. So it's obsidian, topaz, quartz, emerald.
I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with just keeping it where it is. Can I even put these in the pillar? There's more
But what in the pillar?
emeralds. The way that the obsidian and the topaz are in the emerald, like, is it like they look like they're growing out of it, or it was made into it?
It was put into it. And picking up these emeralds, they look too small to fit into the spaces that are left in that in that last pillar.
I will leave them like close by, maybe like on the ledge,
Okay.
so that way I can reach them. What about the? Well, is there anything going on with the back right topaz one?
It is covered in topazes.
That's it. There's nothing along the ground or anything. That
Yeah,
they're
you
trying
search
to
the
cover?
ground, nothing.
I'd like to look at the front right one and making sure to not cut my toesies
And
on
you
anything.
come over, and this is the one that you came into the water next to.
Yeah.
And you don't find anything. As you shuffle your foot around the ground, you dive under the water a little bit, unless the wind doesn't want her hair to get wet.
I mean, she has not showered in 5 days, so I don't think
That's
she would.
fair.
She would
She's
mind.
checking the pillar, checking under the pillar. She can't find anything.
The emeralds that she got, do they look like they're shaped or cut in a certain way?
They look...
Eye-shaped?
When being around a lot of gemstones long enough, know that the topaz look like they're nicely cut and put into the stone.
Uh-huh.
she knows that the obsidian look like they've been broken in nice chunks and put into the stone. These emeralds look like they're just destroyed fucking bits of emerald.
Oh.
And what I'll say is, with her experience as a rogue, she knows that this is the mark of someone stealing gems out of something sloppily. So if you had a bigger gemstone in something and you're trying to, like, wrench it out, you might break a little bit of the gemstone, taking it out if you're not doing a good job.
Was there anything on the side? You said I didn't find anything on the sides?
Nope.
And there's no, like, other gemstone placement anywhere else?
No.
Not even up? What the fuck? She will get out for now, because I think we've done all that we can do in the jacuzzi. Are there numbers anywhere else?
Nope.
Were there numbers in the first room?
No.
Is this puzzle all contained in the same room?
Correct.
Okay.
Daniel will tell you that. Zelda rules. You have everything you need in this room.
Do the braziers look like they're doing anything really? No? What about the pieces in the box?
What about them?
Are they too small?
No. Well, are they too small to fit in the pillar?
Yeah.
They seem to be very well cut.
Oh, okay.
Bits.
They're too bougie.
I don't know how I would describe it, but yeah, no. Medieval Jeopardy music.
Do I have to, like, tap them in a certain order?
So you take the box and you look at it?
Yeah, it's obsidian, topaz,
Okay.
quartz, emerald. That's the way that it goes.
Alright. What do you do?
Well, do they do anything when I touch them?
Which one do you touch?
I would touch the obsidian one first.
You touch the obsidian and it gives a little. You can push it in a little bit.
The whole pillar?
No, the box. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Oh, wait. No, I was talking about the pillar itself.
Oh, you go and poke the pillar?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Oh, but something happens with the box?
Yeah, you take out the box.
Yeah.
And you poke the obsidian one.
Sure, yeah.
And you push it down. And it has a little give, and as you push it down more, eventually it clunk, and you hear like a from the box.
Oh, is this for the box then?
Oh
Okay.
my god, Christy.
So, I didn't know you want me to do something with the box.
It's okay.
I'll do the emerald one next.
You push it in a little bit, it has that give, and then clunk,
And then the topaz and the quartz.
clunk, clunk, and you
Are you telling me this is like a garage key?
you feel the box, like you feel like a ticking in it. And you remember that being sort of a similar sound you heard while Tux was messing with the box.
Okay. So is that side done then?
You see the gems are no longer on the face of the box. The ones that have gone in, the box is closed. And the face is now just a perfectly flat bit of box.
Okay. Can I leave this room then? Is there more
You have gotten your piece of the puzzle, yes, that you could get from this room.
Okay. Well, is there anything else in this room? You said there's nowhere else to go here, right?
Yep.
I would like to leave this room then with my clothes on, because Wynn puts her clothes back on.
Okay. Yeah, she gets dressed and heads back into the main room.
Yes.
Alright. And you come back into the main room.
That took a long time for me to figure out.
Oh, yeah, this is scaring me a little bit.
I told you, Daniel, I don't care if it's for a third grader. It does not matter. Can I take another good old gander at this...
At what?
At this, fireplace again?
Yeah, you come back over to the fireplace and you see it is a mound of stone and dirt with a 5-foot tall flame. It is
Is it actually hot? Do I feel heat?
You do not. Well, you do, but it doesn't feel hot. It feels warm.
Can I put my hand closer to the flame?
It feels warm.
Can I put it in the flame?
Can. And it's no hotter than running hot spring water over your hand.
I would like to... Before I gung-ho this, I'm gonna throw... We'll do 1 gold. And I want to throw it. And I want to see if I can hear it bounce on the other side.
Yeah, you toss this piece of gold through the flame, and you see... But then you hear... Cling, 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 cling.
Oh. Does the flame get hotter?
No.
Oh, okay, then I'll go through.
You're gonna step through?
Yeah.
Alright, and...
Woo! Ba-bum, ba-bum. I figured that one out quick.
Yeah. And you step in this, but seeing the last one, this might get a little.
Oh,
this might be a little dicey.
Well, now I know that it relates to the box. I don't know why I was like, I don't need the box.
All right, so
that took me a real long time, but now that the box is
you walk
actively in my
into a
possession.
room, and within this room, I'm really scared about this because you'll see. As you step into this room, we're gonna get some numbering real quick. There is these statues, and there is they're positioned within a triangle as you walk into the room.
Yes.
It is.
So this is for the right side of the box.
You could assume.
Yes.
Where's
the trapezoid?
There's no trapezoid in this room. You see there is this. You see this.
The
statue.
Front left.
This will be statue 1.
Okay.
This top point will be statue 2,
Uh-huh.
and this will be statue 3 for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
And then you see there are blank white canvases along the walls.
Okay.
And
this is already complicated.
exactly. And we're just gonna start from the back left of the room, and as we go clockwise, they all increase in number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 of these blank white canvases.
Okay.
And as you enter the room, only this brazier is on.
Okay.
All of the other ones are off. And as this one is on alone, the shadow this one casts hits this back corner.
Mm-hmm.
This one hits this back corner. But this one so let me describe the statues to you. Each statue is this wooden, like it looks like the trunk of a tree, wooden base that is then, as it comes up, carved into this intricate mound of just chunks of wooden shapes that seem to have no meaning. They look like fucking modern art sitting before you. But with this one brazier being lit, you can see this back furthest canvas is projecting the shadow of, where's my notes? A triangle.
So that's sapphire.
Yes. And then each statue is numbered as well.
So is it
this
just
statue?
1, 2, 3?
No. This statue is 1.
1.
This statue is 2, and this statue
2,
is 3.
3. I would like to hit the sapphire. Wait, you said this is 1, right? This very tippy top?
Correct.
I would like to press the sapphire triangle on the right side, yeah.
Click.
And it goes all the way?
Yep.
Okay. You said the shadow it casts is a triangle?
Yes. And you notice that it's only this brazier is lit.
Are there any plates around to activate the other braziers?
You see a torch sitting next to this brazier.
Oh, I would like to pick up that torch.
Alright, you pick it up. It is not lit.
Can I light it with the brazier?
Yep. You stick it into the flame and it ignites.
Mm-hmm.
And as it does, the brazier that you're standing at turns off.
Oh, what a shame.
And you just have the flame in your hand now.
Can I put it... Tell me again. 1, 2, 3?
Yep.
Can I light the front brazier on the second totem?
Yeah, so you walk over and you put your torch in, and as you do, the flame jumps off your torch into the brazier, and it ignites.
Yeah.
And your torch turns off.
Yes.
And so only one brazier can be lit at a time.
Okay.
And this projects the light over here, which is a triangle.
Wait a second. I already have a triangle.
Ain't that crazy?
Can I move it to this one?
You move it to this one, and it casts on this one a circle.
That's not what is on, right? Can I put it on this one?
You light that one, and you get a trapezoid.
Can I go back to totem 1?
Okay.
And can I light the brazier on its left?
And over here, you get an upside down triangle.
And then the one on its right?
And this one becomes a square.
Ooh.
Sorry, listeners, this is not going to make any fucking sense because it is a convoluted puzzle that requires being able to visually see.
I think that means that there's... Okay, I would like to go to number 3.
Okay, you go over to 3.
And I would like to light the one right here on its left.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
This one is a triangle.
And then the one on its right here.
Whoosh. This is a triangle.
The one in the middle?
Whoosh. This one is a circle. So to recap, you have Right here?
Yeah.
Triangle.
Yeah.
Circle. Square. Triangle. Upside down triangle. You did get this one, I forgot too. This is also a triangle. Circle. Triangle. Trapezoid.
Can I do the trapezoid second?
You're gonna push in the trapezoid?
Yeah.
And then you feel a mechanism like crush onto your finger.
Oh.
And
Oh.
you are going to feel a pinch. You take 2 poison damage.
Ah!
And
Poison damage?
yeah. You close your eyes, and when you open them, you are on the floor, and you have the sense that you've been unconscious. It has been 4 hours.
Oh shit! She'll like shake the thing. She's like, I'm trying my best.
Demos is like, did you enjoy that lovely 4-hour nap?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well.
You're not the one sleeping on the stone floor.
Well, I was just asking, why don't you just go lounge in that bath again?
It was really... Maybe I will.
Oh, and burn more time while the snake lady's coming to kill us.
Oh, I said us. We're in it together, aren't we?
Okay. Kill you. I'll still be here. Because I'm just a curse, remember?
How much damage did you say again?
You took 2 poison.
So there are wrong answers.
Yeah. Just wouldn't say that out loud. Demos is like, it's a temple puzzle. There's always wrong answers. Oh, so there's wrong answer.
So this one was the right answer. It was at the first one, and it made
Triangle.
a triangle. And when I light this center one, what shape did it make?
Triangle.
What shape does it make for this?
Circle.
A circle?
Yep.
But what does it make if I have this one lit but for this totem?
Circle.
Oh, still? Okay.
It would just be like a very awkward wide circle.
Wait, but I don't know. Because there is only one trapezoid.
Would you like a small hint?
Yes.
Has every canvas revealed something to you?
Didn't these front ones not? This one you did, but what about this one?
Both of these have.
Uh-huh.
This was a trapezoid. This was a triangle. But when
Wait,
you're
how
like
is this a
when you're like
trapezoid?
trapezoid,
Oh,
that's
okay.
when you fell asleep.
Yeah.
There are 2 canvases that have not been lit. I have not given you an answer for 2 canvases.
This one was this one. This one was this one.
Correct.
Right? This one was that one.
Yep.
So this one.
Okay. And
Which flame does this belong to?
okay, so these 2 haven't had a projection onto them.
Is there anything behind them?
No.
Is there
You
anything
go and
behind
you try to take them off the wall,
them?
and they seem like affixed to them, but you check behind them and it is just stone.
And it's just a blank canvas like all the other ones?
Yeah, all of them are just blank canvases.
Can I move these braziers?
They seem affixed to the floor.
Oh.
Unless you're a
Unless I'm your
unless you're
freak
a
that you
unless
made
you're a level
last
12 monster who is a Goliath 6th level bear totem barbarian, 3rd level rune knight fighter, 5th level glory paladin who can bench 17,000 pounds. These seem immovable for any normal person. So recap of information.
Would this brazier be able to, like this line?
It doesn't see it seems to hit this corner when this brazier is lit. So relevant information recap. Walk into the room. Triangle of these art sculptures that when light hits them, they cast shadows at different angles. That if cast onto a canvas, seems to give you a certain shape. Labeled 1, 2, and 3 respectively. You can only light 1 brazier at a time, and you are lighting them using a torch.
Would this one not work either since it doesn't even hit the log?
So it'd be hitting that spot.
Can I just hold the torch and just be like right here?
Yeah. So you grab the torch, and you stand here, and you cast the shadow, and you see a trapezoid.
Oh my god.
And then you stand... When you stand here, you notice you cast the shadow on this, and this all at the same time, and you see a triangle, a square, and a trapezoid.
Oh, okay. I would like to... Does the thing reset, or does it... Like when I get a wrong answer.
You could assume it's reset.
I'd like to do the triangle.
You go to push it in, and as you push your finger in...
No.
Gunk!
What?
And... I'm being a little bit mean, and you'll see when you wake up. 2 more poison.
Did the numbers...
and you fall asleep for 5 hours.
Wayne's gonna get up, she's like, nah, I'm just mad.
So you got
that wasn't even
4,
refreshing.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 1 in the morning.
What the fuck?
And...
Is this not 1 anymore?
And as you get up, you take a look at the box, and the left side has the gems out. Don't look at me like this. What?
You're fucking stupid.
What?
I'm gonna go press the left side. I'm gonna do obsidian,
Clunk.
then emerald,
Clunk.
then topaz,
Clunk.
then quartz.
Clunk, and it all closes.
And then I will go to my side that I'm currently working on.
Okay.
And I'll do the sapphire triangle.
Clunk.
And then I'll do the square, and then I'll do the trapezoid.
Clunk.
I can't believe you.
What? What do you mean?
Because I feel like the gems that were on the side would very obviously be there.
Okay, if that, what I'll say is
No,
then you
if
saw.
that's-
No,
if that's what you-
no.
if that's what
Again,
you
that
wanted.
you're right. You're right. You don't fall asleep. You notice the gems. You do your thing.
You don't have to do that if it's just because I'm mad at you, because I'm gonna be mad at you no matter what.
Okay, then you can be mad at me. It's 1 in the morning. Have fun. She's on her way.
She's been on her way.
She's closer. So you're all that side. Clunk.
Yes.
And all the gems close off.
And she's going to very angrily leave and be like, my finger feels like I fingered a cactus.
You must have just gonna go no comment.
And
as you come out,
she's like, do you fall asleep too, or do you just have to sit there and...
I do just sit and watch you be unconscious on the floor. You snore.
I think that's the only thing that cheers her up.
And as you come out, you see the picture has changed.
Oh, God. Okay.
And you see that both the forests are in winter.
Oh.
And what I'll say is you didn't ask about it, but you will have thought you noticed when you came out that it was just the bottom forest that was winter. But
So
now you
they're
come out,
both winter?
both forests are winter.
Is it because it's nighttime? Is this like a clock painting?
No. So when you came in, it was forest. You went into the bath place. When you came out, the bottom forest was winter now.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you've come out of this other room, it's now winter. And the painting looks more fragile.
What do you mean by fragile?
Like
composition or like physically?
What is composite? What is a
Because
fragile
you can
composition?
make a fragile looking painting, you know, very dainty strokes and soft colors and blending.
It looks like it's gonna fall apart
Ah, okay.
if you touch it the wrong way.
If I touch it the wrong way?
Like, it looks old, decrepit. It looks like it has been sitting in a temple for 2,000 years.
Not compared to like the first time I saw
When
it?
you first saw it, it was immaculate. It was
Oh.
beautiful. It looked like it was a fresh painting. Like, someone had just hung it up.
I don't want to tear it down. Can I like look behind it? Is it like is it part of the wall or mounted to the wall?
As you take a look behind it, you see a opening behind it.
Is it big enough for me?
If you take the painting down.
Can I just shove it like down further?
It's mounted.
Oh.
So you'd have to like take it off of its mount and move it.
It's like 15 fucking feet.
Yeah, it's big.
Oh, I don't want to. Oh, I mean, I guess it's falling apart anyway. Right?
Yeah. But I mean, you can gently get it out of the way. It's just heavy and you might have to just be very gentle with it.
I think she'd rather I think she's gonna take her time to gently move it.
Unmounts it and like carefully lowers it, and then she gently like puts it up on the
Yes.
short end of it and
Yeah.
like lays it up against the
Yeah,
wall.
someone
very
took their
careful.
time to paint this magically.
And you see a passageway through. As you come into this room, it is a long hallway that is 75 feet long and about 25 feet wide. And as you step in, the chamber is this tall... it's as if you just made one big archway and then stretched into a room, if you know what I mean.
Like that one house. That's for $600,000 in Corona.
That's just a rectangle, but if you just made its roof an arch.
Yeah, okay.
That, like how some church rooms are, if you know what I'm talking about. And flanking you on either side of the wall, as you look down this hallway, you see about every 10 feet these thick, large pillars on top of which different things sit. On the first set of pillars, right
is a baby.
In front of you is a perfectly round dragon egg looking object.
Like a circle?
Like a
or just
ball.
an egg?
Like a ball.
It's like
it's like
circle?
almost like if you made like a basketball that you just put dragon scales on.
Oh, okay.
Like it is perfectly round.
That's funny.
Is
it the size of a basketball?
A little bit bigger, actually.
Okay.
And then on the pillar adjacent or across from it, you see a ball of metal shooting out sparks of blue lightning.
Okay.
Let me check my notes to see if I did fuck this up.
Let me check my notes. So, the order for the top, because this is clearly for the top: Sapphire Triangle, Ruby Circle, Emerald Square, Topaz Trapezoid, Obsidian Upside Down Triangle.
Yes, but the order doesn't matter.
I know. I'm just making sure that that's materials, that's the shapes.
Let me make sure I didn't throw myself off. Hold on.
I want the egg. I want the baby.
So, no, this is not a perfect ball. It is just a dragon egg. You just see this blue dragon egg.
Okay.
And then across from it is a jumbled mess of electricity just floating there.
Okay.
The next set of pillars ahead, one is a large cube made out of marble, and the other is a very beautiful, handcrafted, gilded square chest. Cubic chest.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10 feet further, you see two more pillars, these with two statues, one of which is of this, burning red painted sculpture of a fire elemental. And then across from it sits a statue of a man in these, scarlet red robes. The next set of pillars, both are destroyed, and before sits you just rubble of stone. And then the final set of pillars, on one sits a perfectly black cat, and on the other sits a raven.
I want to say that again because I interrupted you.
You see this black cat, and then across from it is a raven.
This cat is so fat.
Why
did they make him so chubby? He's chonky. Okay. Are there any... Oh, yeah.
At the very back of the room, you see a desk which seems to have been desecrated. There's things thrown all over, old pages ripped, burned, and fucked, just thrown all over the place. Anything that seems to have any value left seems to be destroyed, and, it seems to have just been, absolutely gone through. And all you do see is a little platform that seems to be the perfect shape and size to hold the chest that you have.
Were there any numbers?
There are no numbers on these pillars.
What happens if I just put the chest in it now?
You put it down.
Yeah.
And then you let go, and then you immediately get that deep anxiety that the magic forces upon you, and you have to snatch it back.
Okay. I'm going to assume this first row relates to the Sapphire Triangle. This would have to be an Emerald Square if I were to put a number on it. This one I feel like would be related to Ruby, and then this would be Obsidian. But why? What do I get a feeling of why there's a juxtaposition between these two?
What do you mean?
Can I not use my finger to press in the gems in this box?
You pick up a different object.
Yeah, can I?
You start pushing.
Yeah.
And the gems don't seem to budge.
Oh my god. I just don't like that there's no pillar here. I don't like that. But there's 4 pillars, right?
There's 5 pillars in total. 10 pillars in total. They are in pairs of 2, so there's 5 pairs.
Yeah, but there's 4 pairs, and oh wait, no, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, no, I did. Wait, which one am I missing? If I had to, this would be Sapphire.
You have a Sapphire Triangle of.
Wait, that would be Sapphire. This would be Ruby. Oh, this one would be Emerald. Wait.
Hello, anyone who decides to listen to this on YouTube. This is the joy of being a DM who's made a puzzle that is just simple enough to actually be solved, but just obscure and dumb enough to take a little bit of brain power. And so I get to sit back and just enjoy listening to her piece the puzzle together. I have given all the breadcrumbs that are needed, and now I just get to sit back and listen. Minus the part where I forgot to tell her that the box is really important at the very beginning. That was my bad. But don't even get me started on making bad puzzles.
This has to be a sapphire. This has to be for sapphire. But this is a gold chest, and this is just a hunk of marble, right?
Correct. And I'm gonna change this. It's not actually a fire elemental. It is just like a beast made like painted red.
Okay. And then what is this guy supposed to be? Is it just what he is? Just a guy?
It is a stone statue of a man in like scarlet red robes.
This ball of energy, is it a ball? Does it take a round form?
It's more like just a whirling mass of lightning.
Why? So this is square, right?
Okay.
Do these have any vague shapes?
No.
These are just fucked. Are there any, like...
Nope.
There's nothing?
It's just stone rubble.
It's just stone rubble? Not even if I look really, really well, is there no,
Nope. It is stone rubble.
And then this is just a cat and a raven?
A black cat and a raven.
Oh my god. I feel like
Would you like to give me one inspiration from you for a hint?
Yes.
Room 1 focused on color. Room 2 focused on shape. Room 3 is a mix of both.
I don't like it.
She's coming. She's getting closer, Christy. And see, this is another part where my inspiration points work great. You can just gamble them for anything. Little bits of information, little hints here, and the players get to feel like they earned it or purchased it, rather than me just giving it to them.
That has to be sapphire. This has to be sapphire, because it's blue. These are just square.
Oh, cubes?
These are just cubes. So that has to be emerald. These guys are... What color is this guy?
Red, scarlet red robes.
This is red, so this has to be ruby. I'm going to assume this is topaz or trapezoid, but you couldn't find anything to fit that. And that's why this column doesn't
Why are you
exist.
clocking me like this?
And then this has to be obsidian because it's a black cat and a black crow. Fuck it, we're just gonna do it. She's gonna press the sapphire triangle first.
Clunk.
And then she's going to press the emerald square next. And then she's going to do the ruby circle next. This is the one she's very scared of. The topaz trapezoid.
Clunk.
Oh my god. and then the obsidian.
Clunk. And then it closes on your finger.
No. Stop it.
And it just gives you a pat. No, just kidding. Clunk. And then as you do that, you hear, and the box gently pops open.
Woo! And there's
as it
nothing in it because Chunks has what was in it.
And as it opens, that anxiety of keeping it on you at all times washes away, and the curse is lifted.
Oh my god!
And as you open it, you find a single handkerchief.
Is it his?
It is.
Is it Tux's?
It is a tuxedo designed handkerchief, and it says, "Nice one, kid." And then it's signed Tux in silver ink.
Wow. Was that meant for me or for Vintagram? I don't know. But I'll take that. I think that's cool. And then I would like to...
And as you take it, it immediately folds itself into like the flower design.
Uh-huh.
And it finds somewhere to stick into your shirt or into a pocket automatically for you. And it sits out just perfectly so that the little bow tie on the design is just sticking out a little bit.
It's funny. I would like to place the box back where it rightfully belongs.
And as you place the box back...
Oh no, the temple collapses, everything gone.
The decrepit temple rattles.
We're gonna die in here over a
Not
box?
like it's coming down, but like there's like a hum. As if the stone is harmonized with something just... There's this rumble. And you feel like an energy pass out of the box, past you and through the rest of the temple. And
she, like, whispers to the box. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm not the one that has the ring parts. That's not my fault, so don't shoot the messenger.
And as you look back, nothing seems to have changed.
These pillars are still fucked. Can I take this egg?
You go over to this pillar, and you want to climb up and try to take the egg?
Yes.
Roll me an athletics check to climb.
15.
With a 15, you...
Egg.
And you get to the top, and you pull yourself up, and sitting before you seems to be a blue dragon egg.
Can I, like, try to wiggle it first to see if it's...
And you wiggle it, and it rocks.
Can I try to pick it up with 2 hands? Like, lift it? How big is it? You said it's a little bigger than a football?
No, I didn't.
I mean, a basketball?
I didn't give you a specific size because I didn't want to have to pull out this book to give you the exact size.
Is that your Dragonomicon?
Yes, sir. It is small sized.
Uh-huh.
So it is about 5 feet in diameter. It weighs 8 pounds.
It only weighs 8 pounds?
Yes.
So that's liftable.
Yeah.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because I'm just reading. Can I not read?
You can when you do it not maliciously.
It is a small egg that is... I'm sorry. It is 2 feet in length, which I don't... So its diameter is 1 foot. Oh, so it's 1 foot tall. Or it's 2 feet tall. Its roundness, its width, its diameter...
But it's 8 pounds?
Is a foot. So it's 2 feet tall, 2 feet tall, 1 foot diameter, and then it weighs 8 pounds, which sounds weird, but we're gonna go with what the Dragonomicon says.
Really?
Yes.
So, I could lift this.
Yeah, in fact, you throw it off the pillar and it shatters on the impact.
Oh.
Should have thought about that, nerd.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you have this egg.
Is it like a legit egg?
Roll me Arcana and or Investigation.
12.
With a 12, it seems to be a legit egg.
Oh. Well, that's sad. That's here. The cat and the crow, are they like taxidermied?
They're statues.
Oh, they're statues? I'm gonna leave the egg alone, because I honestly don't know what I would do with a dragon egg. Especially since it's 2 feet tall. That's half of her.
Yeah.
This chest, though. Ooh, this square chest.
Alright, you have to roll to climb that.
17.
Alright, with a 17, you get on up top, and there is this, 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot cubic mahogany wood gold gilded chest.
That is a sexy chest. I went to open it.
You go to open it, and you find it is sealed. It actually doesn't have an opening. It's just nailed shut.
What? No. Can I lift it?
Do you have a crowbar? You should have.
I do, actually. I do have a crowbar.
Yeah, you can wrench it open with the nails.
Yes.
And you see the nails come out, and because of the way you're pulling them out, they come out at a weird angle, of course, and you pop the lid off.
What a pure, distasteful way to close this chest.
And as you open it, inside is rice.
Oh! Who made this temple? First they're taking children away from their mothers.
It should just be grain.
First they're taking their children away from their mothers, and now they're filling up a beautiful chest with nothing useful. Disgusting. What has the world come to? Yeah.
Roll me investigation, because I want you to see if Wynn could get some brain cells.
19.
Now that you think about everything you've seen in this temple, this place has already been robbed.
Ah!
The emeralds were taken out very shittily, and that's why you found those emerald bits. All the quartz is missing, because quartz is a useful thing for, like, certain
spells.
Wizards or alchemists and whatnot. The topaz probably wasn't taken out because just someone maybe didn't think they had the full time to do it.
But this is a beautiful chest. Wynn's in love with this chest.
And you could assume maybe someone has already opened it and they took out whatever was valuable.
No, but the chest itself is really pretty.
Okay.
But why would it be nailed shut? Who just has a sack of grain to fill it up with?
And you just keep hanging out here? Because then you start to see the race move.
It's weevils.
It's rot grubs. Just kidding, no, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not gonna kill you. No, I'm just making plot holes.
But why would they leave an egg here? Why would they leave a legit dragon egg here? Is this...
Maybe no one made it to this room.
Is this... Well, there's clearly rice in here.
I'm just making a joke about that. I would also like to point out that obviously these things here are specifically here for the puzzle that you were trying to solve.
She still feels bad that there's a baby here.
Is it fertilized?
Do dragons just lay eggs like chickens?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, she's leaving then.
Well, you don't know that.
Oh. Well, she feels bad that there's a baby here then.
Okay. Does she want to take the baby?
It's 2 feet tall!
It's only 8 pounds.
I know, but that's gonna look awkward.
Alright.
Okay, don't mind me and my dragon egg. 2 feet tall? 2 feet tall.
Let me put this more into perspective for Wynn, because I know she's like, it's a baby! Oh no, it's a baby! She knows dragon eggs are worth so much fucking money. Or they can be.
Ah! I want to take this egg. I don't... Ah!
How bad does Wynn desire this?
This would be a good payday. Plus, someone would either be able to tell if it's fertilized or not.
How bad does Wynn want it? On a scale of 1 to 10. How much does she yearn?
She also yearns for the chest more. But that would just straight up be, like, more inconvenient. I don't know. You said, how much money are we talking about?
Upwards of 1,000 gold pieces. 2,000 gold pieces.
I do want the egg.
But fancy chest.
How big is the chest?
4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot.
There's no way she's taking that with her. One day, though. She knows where this is at.
She always could come back. But again, answer the question. How much does Wynn yearn?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll say a 6.
For which one?
The egg.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 6 for something that could possibly get her 2,000 gold pieces. Let me refer to the book to get you the actual amount of money that...
Oh, okay. We're going with definites?
Well, no, because I'm going to have you roll for this. But...
Oh, okay.
Because back in 3.5 and 3rd edition, they knew people were whores and would sell anything for money. So they have how much it costs for fucking everything. A dragon egg that has a living embryo within it starts at 10,000 gold.
What if it doesn't?
I'm going to say you don't know.
I want him. Starts at 10,000? Oh my god, that's my villa.
I
I want to try to take it then. My plan is if I can take this. I think we're going to travel at night because it's 1 in the fucking morning anyway.
Yep. And you got plenty of sleep and a long rest.
I got plenty of sleep. It'll be easier to travel because Snake Lady's going to be coming to this temple, but I assume during the day. So if I'm sleeping the day away, she's going to be following the trail, but the trail's going to end back where I put the box.
Mm-hmm. The egg begins to float.
Begins to float? Like on the
Well,
pedestal?
let me ask you to make sure this. What Rie was at a 6, and now that I said 10,000 gold pieces, starting.
Uh-huh.
What is Rie's new...
Rie.
Or not Rie. What is Wynn's new desire on a scale of...
It's 10 out of 10,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 out of 10,000? That's not very low. Or that's not very high. That's pretty low. It's 10,000 out of 10. Okay. Yeah, the egg just starts levitating.
Why is it doing that? Why is it...
Don't worry. I've got it covered.
Is that you, T?
He's using Mage Hand.
Are you doing that for me, T-Mouse?
I'm doing it for us, but yes.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Calm it down.
Is it because it's 8 pounds? Mage Hand only can do 10?
Mage Hand can do 10.
How
so I looked
convenient.
It up. I looked it up.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I don't understand why a Dragonade only weighs 8 pounds when it's...
when it's 2 feet tall?
When it's the size of, like, 4 small children.
It's literally the size of, like, the Easter egg things that you can get.
It's
like
bigger than that.
It is bigger than that. It's like 2 or 3 of them. But anyway, we will... Yeah, we're going to travel at night so that way it'll be easier. Because I assume walking around with Dragon Egg during the day also wouldn't be good to, you know, eyes on it. And that's it. I think we'll leave. Yeah.
Alright. And so you leave the temple.
I'd also like to grab some of these herbs. Can I grab any of these herbs?
Where?
The garden at the front that I came into. You said it had a
sure.
whole bunch of plants.
Yeah.
Can I maybe grab like a small, like a, you know how cilantro comes in a bunch, like a bunch of.
Why? Daniel is just curious.
Cause I don't know. That's just what I think of when I think of bunched herbs.
What?
But like a good amount. I don't want to be greedy.
I'm asking
you know.
why Win doesn't want to be greedy. Huh? Interesting.
Well, because it's pretty.
Yeah, you can pick some herbs and spices.
For her alchemist friends, because she has 2 of them, which is 2 more than she thought she'd have. Yeah. It's a little something for the kids.
And as you're leaving, I'd like you to make a perception check.
Oh god. It's a 20, a flaccid.
20, you say?
Uh-huh. Oh god!
You see off in the distance, past the archway, a snake woman.
Can I hide in the trees? How big are these trees?
They're like fully grown trees.
Fully grown trees? I would like to get up to the tippiest top.
You roll me an athletics check to climb.
Can I please use an inspiration?
You're gonna have to give me 2.
2?
Y'all can't see it, but her face is not.
Can I give you 2 more?
It'll be 4 now.
It'll be 4?
If you want another reroll, it's gonna be 4.
No, I don't have enough. Well, I will have enough, but I won't have any more after that. It's a...
What'd you roll?
I got a 9.
Okay.
And I don't have anything to athletics. Am I on wins?
The sad thing is, you need a 12.
I need a 12? Do I want this interaction? I don't think I... Do I use my last 4 points? I am.
Okay.
It's a 13. You can come over here and look at it.
I'll take it. And you scramble to this tree.
Like a cat with a dog chasing her.
And you hear Devos being like, "What are you panicking about? What?" And you just start. You climb your way up. You get there, and I'm gonna say your 2 failures was just you being in like overwhelmed, like the chest is gone. I have a dragon egg with me. Snake lady. Oh, the curse is talking to me. What? And you're just taking it, and then you climb your way up, and now. Would you like to make a stealth check?
Like the Homo sapien I am. Yeah, I'm very confident in this one.
You have advantage as well, because you're up in the tree.
We're starting off with a 19. So 19, it would be 24.
Alright, and you're going to be versus her wisdom. Or her perception.
Don't snakes get extra?
And she slithers in.
Is it just her?
From what you can see, yes, and she looks angry. She also looks exhausted, as if she has not been... As maybe she skipped a few times she was supposed to sleep to make sure to get here in time. And she's, like, looking around, and you see her, like, checking the bushes and stuff, and, like she's very quick. She's, like, slithering over to, like, each side of the garden and checking, and she, like, slithers up to this entrance, and she kind of just, like, peeks in, and then she slithers off and waits. Right here. She's just sort of watching over the garden.
I guess we will both be waiting here.
Okay.
Demos is like, what do you... Oh.
Yeah, Demos is like, ah. And then Demos is going to take a moment. He's going to be like, you didn't think to ask the voice in your head to help you? I mean, I'm also the one making an egg float. Just, you thought climbing into a tree was your best option here?
I think she only thinks she can talk to him out loud. Would that be right? I don't think she's ever thought to him, right? Cause what I'm gonna do
The question is, do you want her to have to speak out loud to him, or do you
no? She'll just be like physically putting her finger up to her lips and like looking to the side of her,
like over her shoulder and
yeah.
stuff? And he's like, okay, Jesus.
We can wait here all day, baby.
And it is at night.
Yeah.
It is like 2 in the morning at this point. And
I got plenty of sleep.
And she's sitting there at the door, and time passes. About an hour of time passes. And I'm gonna need this is gonna be a weird one. I need a Constitution stealth check.
Nice.
For you to maintain being absolutely silent, maintaining your balance, and just generally being quiet for hours on end.
So, what numbers
So
would
it's
I
going to
do?
be, you're proficient in stealth, or are you expert in stealth?
I am proficient.
You're proficient, so it's going to be 0, or it's going to be whatever you roll, plus proficiency, plus your constitution modifier.
Okay.
And if your constitution modifier is a negative, that means it takes a negative into this
Okay.
roll.
It's an 11.
Okay. And it's going to be versus her wisdom.
No! No!
Which I believe at night she would have disadvantage on this passive check.
Okay, alright.
Disadvantage.
She has
She
disadvantage?
has disadvantage. She does not seem to notice you for the first hour.
For the first hour?
Yep.
Oh my god.
And she's still waiting. Then she will every once in a while peek into the temple, then pull out and just stay waiting. And you see she has like this long wavy blade in one hand.
Of course she has a wavy blade.
And you can see from where you're standing, she is like
Ready.
death gripping this dagger.
She's like, my girlfriend's upset. My job is at stake. You don't want to see Vintagram when he's hysterical. He's not mad at me, but he is hysterical.
She's just waiting there, just silently outside of this archway, and
But it's like, God. And it, like, thinking, she's like, oh my god. How long is this thing gonna stay up here?
and another hour passes of
Oh
just
God.
silent waiting. Another Constitution stealth check versus her perception.
A natural fucking 20.
Okay, and that's gonna be a nothing from her, and so you stay. I'm gonna say with the natural 20, it'll be for 2 hours.
Okay.
Of
Woo!
doing it,
Feeling good.
and for the 4th hour.
I'm so good at being
now
a
for the
tree.
4th hour.
For the
So
fourth-
now I said it was 2 o'clock. It's been 2 hours, so now it is 4 in the morning. And then you got the nat 20, which is 2 more hours, so we're at 6. It's about to be 6 in the morning.
Okay. Oh, that fell off.
Oh! I hope you got something good.
Oh god, don't say that. Ooh, I did. I got a 20.
Okay.
Not natural though.
And just as you can see the sun start to rise, she still hasn't noticed you. And in comes
Oh no, don't tell me her girlfriend's here. Did she go ahead?
in comes the war cleric from before and several hirelings.
Do any of them look familiar besides Tess and... I never got the snake lady's name. She never said her name.
Yeah, she never said her name. You're gonna see, I guess one of them might look a little bit like lactose intolerant boy.
Okay, it's nice to know that he's doing well and I didn't kill him.
And you see her ahead of the march, just coming in, and you see the others like kind of fan out to keep an eye. And they're like, you could tell they're like more rested up. They probably did actually stop and take a break.
Yeah, I would assume.
But they still seem a little like tired, and they just sort of spread out amongst the garden. And,
Walking's hard work, especially in armor.
and they come over, and you see them whispering to each other.
Can I hear?
Roll me perception with disadvantage because you're trying to listen.
I am focusing, yeah,
From,
that's
like,
completely...
20
I got a nat 1.
You like the tree around you's rustling in the wind. You like are panicking a little bit because you see 6 people here. Sorry, 7 more people here now, and they all are looking for you. And yeah, so you don't hear anything, and they're whispering, and then you're gonna just like I'm gonna say with your nat 1, like you can just hear your own heartbeat beating in your ears.
Alright.
So you don't.
I've been hearing that for a long time now.
Now you hear them yell something, but you can't understand,
Okay.
and you're gonna see these guys running along with Tess, and then you're gonna see the snake lady just sort of stand in the archway. The game will fucking let me. And yeah, they begin entering the temple, and 2 stay to guard this archway. Demas is gonna be like, I know it's been several hours, but now is a good time for us to continue that conversation of your first instinct was to just climb a tree rather than ask for maybe a little bit of help from, the guy who helped you have a sticky situation last time and who is making a dragon egg float for you and all of that. No? No, that didn't come to your
At
mind?
the very, very quietest she can, like, speak, to the point where it's, like, not even talking, it's just, like, you know?
It's, yeah.
It's just, like, she's just getting, like, the
Yeah.
out, you know? She's like, what am I supposed to do right now? We are in a situation. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want from me.
He's gonna be like, you don't... Just speak a little louder. I can't and she gets like an air of sarcasm of like, I know you can't, but speak a little louder for me.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like, so you thought you didn't think asking for help would be a good idea? Do you still just see me as a curse, even though, you know, I've fired fire at people who've been attacking you, I've helped you directly, I got you out of several other sticky situations.
Because I can't talk right now. That's why you're doing this.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? Mind speaking up a little bit? Miss, what's her last name?
She doesn't know.
Her actual Win
doesn't know her actual last name. She knows it starts with an H, and that's why all of her fake names start with an H.
He's gonna be like, Master Rogue Win? Thief Rogue Win?
Oh my god.
And he is speaking louder, but just to put this in perspective, she's the only one who could hear him.
Yeah.
And he's like, the person who stole the box and stuff from Vintagram?
I think at this point she knows that no one else can hear him, but it's still like...
Anxiety inducing. Like, you didn't think to... Oh, are you just too good to ask for help? Okay, no.
This tree, it's your fault.
No. He's like, okay, nice. I'll just be over here, holding up the dragon egg.
Do whatever you want. I don't know what you want from me. I don't own you. I don't control you. Be free. Go. The egg is yours. Be my guest.
Dude, that's very out of character of you. Just giving 10,000 gold away.
Leave the egg, actually.
Mind you, she's never said that it's worth 10,000 gold out loud.
I never told you how much the egg was worth. How do you even know? You're like...
Maybe. I guess you just must have, let it slip. Well, I mean, you talk to yourself all the time, so.
Because apparently I have an audience. But besides, do you want...
Look, I think you have more pressing issues right now, which is you're stuck in a tree in the middle of the woods with, did I count them right? 8? 8 people who all want you killed, probably. One of which is literally called a war cleric or war priest.
It's not the best of situations, I know. So if you want to...
And the other one who has whenever had thoughts of like, wow, the snake lady's really hot. Or has it just been like, oh shit, she's scary? Both. He's like, one which is a war cleric who I doubt their judicial system ends with community service. And a bounty hunting snake woman who, even though I know you would love to be crushed by her, I also know that would be very bad for your bottom line, and that scares you more. I don't think she said that she thought she was hot out loud either. I'm just trying to drop hints that he can hear her thoughts. Or maybe he's just really good at assuming. He's gonna be like, but no, sit in a tree silently for going on 6 hours now, and don't ask the voice in your head for help. Sorry, 4 hours.
Has it been 4 hours?
You cat out here at 2 a.m. and it's 6 in the morning.
She feels like it's been forever. She'll think that to herself. She'll be like, it's only been 4 hours? I feel like it's been like an entire day. The sun's up. I've been in this tree for a really long time. I'm feeling it in my legs now. I kind of don't want Wynn to get the hint.
I like it too, because I want him to use it to fuck with her later on.
She's like, listen, Demos. Nobody's saying I don't want your help. So if you would like to help me, I would appreciate that.
Is this you asking me for help, or are you just opening the door that, you would accept?
She will put her hands together in prayer. She'll be like, please, Demos, help me.
This is lovely. You get, like, we've established that she knows it feeds off of her, and she gets a sense that he's like, oh, this is delicious. Like, like, she can actually see, like, oh no, he doesn't have a form yet, but, like, she gets the air in his voice is like a sommelier swishing the wine around.
This is a good year.
Oh, delicious. As she says that, he goes, all right, stop Stop. It's okay. All right. And he's going to gently fly the egg over the over the garden wall.
What a great show.
And then he's gonna be like, "You need to carefully and quietly sneak down the other side of this tree." So he wants you to be the furthest away from the arch that's being guarded right now.
Like down, like over this side?
This side, yes.
This side or this side?
Where my light is.
Okay. Can I stealthily
Yeah.
get down? Okay.
This will be a... Is your acrobatics and stealth the same?
My acrobatics is +5 and my stealth is +5.
This could be either of them then, and I'll just make it a combined roll.
I will do stealth. Or,
It's the same. So,
that's... I'm adding numbers in my... 22.
okay. And with a 22, we see Wynn at the very peak of this thing dip her head in from the top of the canopy, and when Wynn emerges out the bottom from the leaves and finishes planting both her feet on the ground, there is no longer Wynn. There is lactose intolerant Night. And you have had disguise self cast upon you.
Did I see him go inside?
Yes.
Are these two paying attention?
Yeah.
They are?
Like, they're looking around. They are using their passive perception. They're not actively searching.
So they wouldn't notice that.
With your 22 stealth, they would not have noticed you sneak down.
And how focused is she? How exhausted does she look? Does she have maybe 1 point?
No, because you wouldn't have been that exhausted. You're good.
No, I'm talking about her though. Because isn't it 1 point of exhaustion you get disadvantage on all checks? Isn't that the first point?
Why do you want this? I'm confused.
Because just me sauntering up like, I need to grab something, but her immediately right here being like, no one just went past me.
Like, would she have not seen them go inside? Oh, you're saying how exhausted does she look?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you.
No.
Oh, okay.
Wynn had a forced 8-hour cat nap.
Yeah.
How exhausted is she?
the snake lady?
Yeah.
Is she exhausted?
Yeah.
Roll me a medicine or insight check.
I will do insight. What's medicine?
Intelligence. No, it's wisdom.
It is wisdom. I will still do insight though. I have a higher. A 21.
With a 21, she's 1 or 2 points of exhaustion.
Wow. Yeah, no, we're just gonna go right through then.
Okay.
We're just gonna...
You are...
Do I just be bold about it? Because it'd be awkward if I go this way. I want to stealth my way out and just be... I don't want her attention at all. Absolutely fuck zero. I don't care if I get the attention of these two.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want her attention.
Okay.
But I want to approach my way very confidently. And
all
just...
right. And you start walking?
Yeah.
And then you see they don't give a shit when you're 5, 10, 15, 25 feet away. They don't give a shit when you're 20 feet away. They kind of give you a glance when you're 15 feet away. They're looking at you when you're 10 feet away. And when you're 5 feet away from getting there, they look confused. And then right as you're about to pass them, one of them goes, "What's up?"
I'm going to assume because he was a dwarf, right? A lactose intolerant dwarf. I assume I heard his voice, like, at least once or twice.
Oh, that's right, because I don't think disguise self changes your voice.
And I'm gonna try my best.
Performance roll! To perform like lactose intolerant boy.
Oh, no! No! I got a 6!
Okay, so you start talking, and what are you gonna say? This is the one and only time that the actor feat would come in handy.
I know. Tess said that we left something behind that we're gonna need for this. Fuck. No, I'm not messing up. I'm just trying to think of...
You're good. Take your time. It took me fucking 2 minutes to think of the riddle for this, not the riddle, but the, scripture thing.
Oh, you're fine. Do I just make them Southern? I'm just gonna make them Southern. All dwarves in my head are some sort of country or Southern.
It's funny, because that's not what the rest of the universe assumes them to be. They're Scottish. Or they're, some kind of, air quote, bumhick,
Bumhick.
European.
I'm gonna say, Tess said that we left something behind that we're gonna need for these puzzle rooms.
Give me a deception roll with disadvantage.
That's a fucking 3! Good thing my deception is +7, so it makes it a 10.
With a 10, they look at you confused. But it's not about what you said, it's about how you said it. And then they're gonna pause. And one of them's gonna go, they're gonna take a second and be like, you alright? You're sounding a bit odd.
What do they put in rations? Is there any... Give me a name for the lactose enthusiast.
He's not an enthusiast.
He is, Daniel.
You saw his food, Christy.
He's a lactose enthusiast, Daniel. Not this guy. I'm talking about the guy I took from. To give the lactose.
Oh, what did he have? What made him
You said you gave him, like, extra sauced Alfredo with ice cream and a glass of milk.
That's right. I'm gonna use my favorite name of all time forever, and this name is gonna pop up a million times in a campaign. I don't care how overused I make it. I love this name for a side character. It's Milton.
Milton?
Milton. No, Milkton.
Milkton?
Milkton.
I think Milkton got his rations mixed up with mine. I'm not gonna lie, so I just need some me time too.
For using both of these random facts that you picked up from last time, roll me deception with advantage.
Okay, I rolled another fucking 3 and a 19. So that would be, what's 19 plus 7?
Doesn't matter.
26.
It doesn't matter. There's a pause, and you get a hand on the shoulder. you get a. It's all right, my man.
I need to get going.
Go. Take 4 inspiration points for using.
That's a lot. Are you sure?
Christy, you roleplayed your way out of the situation. And you roleplayed out of the situation by using obscure random information that I put in. You used the information that some random shithead, Milkton, had a fuck ton of cheesy, creamy Alfredo, ice cream, and a glass of milk for lunch. I didn't even remember that information. And because you remembered it using all of the information, remembering that he's lactose intolerant, remembering that this other dude loves milk, and all of this information, I think you deserve 4 inspiration points.
Thank you. I'm here every weekend.
I will also remind you that giving, this is another thing about game design, is that if you're stingy with giving your players things, then they're gonna, like, pearl clutch
I
them
couldn't have let her see me,
clutch.
Daniel. I'd rather die than let her see me, but if I let her see me, I would have died.
Exactly. So again, what I'm trying to point out though is that you know as a player that I'm not crazy stingy with inspiration points. I will drip feed you as needed, right? But I like that you're using them.
Thank you.
So
I didn't want to die.
I feel glad to give them back to you. And sort of my general rule for inspiration points is, if you're out of inspiration points, I should be giving you a handful, and if you still have some, I should be giving you 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That way, it's harder to stack them.
Mm-hmm.
But that way, if you're completely out of them, you don't have to be like, oh well, now for the next 3 sessions, I have to save to get back to a decent amount.
Yeah.
You just get a handful back. But anyways, yeah, you now leave the archways.
I'm gonna do a little lactose intolerant shuffle for
like holding your ass as you walk.
Yeah, for a good until like a good distance away.
You wait until the trees are thick enough that like you can't see them, and then you just then you just start sprinting.
Yeah.
And you escape, and I think that's where we'll end session.
Did it?
There you go.
I'm not dead.
You're not dead. You have gotten the box done. You're no longer cursed, and you now escaped, for now, Snake Lady and Tess.
I'm clean though. I'm good though.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't ever have to worry about them ever again.
Sure. And then the kobold and the bear come out.
Oh God, no! You're not now.
All right, that's the end of session.
That was good.
Good.
That was good.
All right, let's highlight, lowlight this bee.
My low light is that I took so fucking long to realize that the box, the reason for this temple, I needed to use. I don't know why that took me so long to, like... Because I knew that the gems had something to do with it, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
I was like,
I was getting so frustrated, because I know they had something to do with the left side of the box. I was just like, I don't know what Daniel wants me to fucking do here. And then you were like, well, do you press it? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I was like, oh my god. Oh my stars. I have to actually interact with the box. That's the reason that I'm here for the box. I thought I would have to interact with the room. That's what I thought I would have to do.
You just have to remember that, what's his name? Tux just did it. Remember? He didn't have to interact with the temple room.
Yeah, but you didn't describe what he did.
You saw him mess with the box.
I guess. But yeah, I took so long to realize that. Highlight, I think, is this egg. This egg is gonna be a big payday, baby. I do like Demos and Win talking. I think it's really funny.
As Demos is just trying to stress her out.
Can Demos eat stress? Is that something? Or is it like yucky?
I think I don't think stress necessarily, but I feel like it wouldn't just be stress because she was still kind of bantering, so I feel like it's more
annoyance.
Annoyed / like flustered kind of stuff. And I guess you could make the argument of why he's like trying to tease is to lighten the mood, to make her have emotions that are more tasty for him to take. And, you know, we've already discussed that he feeds off of her, like, her greed and her avarice and her, like, pride, which is why her having to break her pride and be like, Demos, please. That's why that was extra tasty to him. It's sort of how, like, devils and stuff, they don't want just any soul, they want the corrupted soul. The good turned evil. That's the tastiest for them. For this one, it's like, when he got you, like, yeah, pride is really delicious, but when you have to swallow your pride, oh, it's so much better, kind of energy. And so, yeah. But, so highlight was that, low light was the box?
Yeah. It just took me so long. I don't know what the fuck, like, I was getting so, what has made me so, like, that fucking dislike level, I was getting to, like, the first stage of anger. I'm like, what the fuck am I not seeing? What the fuck? Did Daniel just make a bad puzzle? Is it just me? Am I that dumb? But once I got past that hump, everything was just like, okay, that's fine. You know, I had a moment in the second room where it was just like, you gave me a feeling of like, you know that test that all teachers do in like elementary school where it's like a whole list of things like stand up and yawn and like rip
and
a
at
book
the very end,
and at the very end it's just like, now that you read through the directions, don't do anything. You did a good old that to me, but but that's okay. Because I didn't think to just take the torch and just stand in the middle. I think that was very creative, actually. I just didn't think about it until I slept for 8 hours, literally.
Hey, sometimes you need that power nap to gain.
And Demos is just there staring at my unconscious body like this stupid bitch.
I can't fucking believe this.
And the second time she goes down like.
He's like, not again. Is the egg your only highlight? If it is, that's fine. I'm just curious.
The jacuzzi was cool. I like the jacuzzi. I mean, I like that whole that bit. Wynn would have stayed in that tree forever. She would have bragged that like I stayed in the tree for 48 hours.
I stayed there for 4 days while 8 people hunted for me.
It's like those videos of like a mouse in a very like. And there's a cat just.
Where's he? Where? The mouse just like. I am moving.
I'm not here. But this whole last bit was funny. But the puzzles were good. I was just a jackass in the beginning. And I potentially might get 10,000 gold. I can't believe you just let me leave with the egg.
Am I? There's 5 days on your way home.
No, don't do that. It's mine.
And you are in a forest that
Bitch, I'm a mother!
You're in a forest that presumably has at least 2 other dragons in it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really awkward.
One of which, from your own deduction, you thought might be hunting other dragons, so...
Yeah, but this is a blue dragon, so... Don't do this to me. That's my villa. But no, this is really good. I'm gonna give it. What do I give it? I think I'll give it an 8.5 out of 9. I mean 10. 8.5.
Okay.
I think just because I took so fucking long on that first one.
That's what kills the.
That's what killed it. But once I got past that, it was just going on from there. I also really liked how you described things. Even though I will have this, I will show what we were working with.
Yeah.
In a video, maybe I might not. I don't know. I think I should do it just so that people have an idea. But no, I liked it. I think we have a good bit of lore for this little forest that we could always go back on. She's coming back for that chest one day. When she ever gets her villa, she's like, I need a good-looking mahogany chest. I know just the place.
DM note is that this is what happens when you don't have everything fully planned out and don't expect your players to do certain things. You say stuff out of your ass, like, yeah, it's a chest. Oh, you go up to it, it's sealed. Oh, you have a crowbar? Yeah, it's full of rice.
That's good rice. Until the weevils come out. But no, this was a lot of fun.
Well, now it's open, so now you've let the weevils in.
No! I don't need the rice, I just want the chest.
You're terrible. It was golden rice.
I would have taken the chest.
There's no way you would carry a chest full of gold.
I would have taken the golden rice.
There's no way you would have taken that much.
A little packet full, you know? As a snack. Material girl things. But no, this was a lot of fun.
Wait, hold on. It was on the squares, right? It's green rice.
Green rice?
Because it's on the emerald. The emerald squares.
Ew. That's not right. Have you seen that picture where it's just someone's like, fuck it, I'm making rice with Gatorade, and their rice was blue?
Yes. Have you seen the one where people use red Gatorade to make bread?
Make bread?
Yeah. It's just, they literally
Does
make
it make
bread.
it sweet?
It was just a little bit of yeast, flour, and then Gatorade.
Whole bottle of Gatorade.
And they just use Gatorade in place of using water. And they said, this is the best bread I've ever made. And they're like, I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't taste like Gatorade. It doesn't even taste like super sweet, but it's like soft, and it's the most moist bread I've ever had, and it slightly stretches, but has this nice little snap to it, and it's like
Gatorade.
It's like, what? And it came out pink.
Pink bread. But this was really fun. I had a lot of fun with this once I got past the first puzzle.
So 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm surprised considering that this was how long is the recording?
The recording is 2.5 hours. Probably take out 2 hours for us just saying and
Okay,
and
so
2
hours?
Yeah.
This was 2 hours of just dungeon puzzle with no real crazy danger.
And D&D wouldn't want it any other way, damn it, okay?
Well, no, I'm surprised that it got an 8.5 out of you. I'm glad. I feel like if this would have been a party, we had like 4 people doing it, I feel like you would have called this a 6. Because you would have been like...
Well, that's because when you have more people involved, I'm already fucking stupid, Daniel. The first part was hard, okay? Add 2 more people on the same wavelength, and it just increases the difficulty. It doesn't help, it increases the difficulty. Because you're gonna be like, what does the pillar have to do with anything? And also, the other 2 people I'd be playing with would forget about the fucking box. We'd be like, the pillars. And we'd all stare at these pillars.
Can I move the pillar? No,
yeah,
it's
like,
stationary.
That is...
Can I check under the bench? It's a bench.
It's like, that is the beauty of playing by yourself, is that I can just...
Silent. It's quiet.
I can
Your
just
peace.
think and be like, why? Why? And eventually come to terms with something. Or have you just throw me a little bone and be like, oh my god, I'm fucking stupid! Da-da-da-da!
Well, besides the chest, did you actually have any moment like that where it hit you? Like where you're like, God, I'm dumb. Like, was the last one, was the hint I gave you about first room was color, second room was shape, third room is...
No, I had a feeling that what I said, because what I said initially was right.
Yep.
I just wasn't sure. I was just like, there's no way it's that easy. Because I was like, blue, sapphire, these are specifically cubes. You couldn't probably find anything green. Where did they go?
Well, no, the reason why I didn't go for green
Is because, oh, you wanted to do the shape.
Because everything would be the same color.
The thing that was throwing me out was this pillar that was missing, but that was legitimately you not being able to find anything.
No, it's also because the rule of removing
oh,
data.
Okay. Well, this mainly threw me off, the two pillars that were missing.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, I chose Topaz and Trapezoid to be removed.
Because that was, you couldn't find
Because
either.
it was the easiest to remove, because the rest of them were easy to find.
Okay. But, yeah, it just threw me off, and I was like, my whole theory is out the window, if I'm wrong with this. I was like, I cannot afford another 4-hour nap. But, like, at the moment that I was like, oh, this fire isn't hot, I would have just gone through, but I value Wynn's life. And then the moment where I was just like...
You never picked up your gold coin.
What?
You never picked up your gold coin.
Don't say that.
I'm just kidding. You could have it.
And then the moment I was like, can I just stand with the torch? That was also another moment of like, I could have just done that and not taken another nap.
And doesn't it feel... What I would say is, when you woke up from that second nap, the coin was stuck to Wynn's face. She fell on it.
It was a coin impression on her. But yeah, no, that was a good puzzle.
Good. I'm glad. 3 puzzles.
That was a good 3 puzzles.
Also, a little bit of information that Wynn doesn't know, but you do, is the antlers were removed by someone.
Don't tell me Ventagram did it.
Part of the
bastard.
looting.
It's part of the museum?
Part of the looting. Because the place got looted.
I know, but why would you take the antlers? Were they made out of, like...
Maybe something precious, you don't know. Who knows, maybe they were pure emerald antlers, or pure gold, or something.
Pure gold would kind of be bitchin'. That'd be really cool, but... I just feel like that's disrespect. Shit, like, again, the eyes I can understand, because they're just like a fragment of the statue, but the antlers, that's all that a deer is! You know? Like, why would you do that? I think that is just her, like, appreciation for art, though. She'd be like, what? Why did you take his horns? That's... Bless you. Bless you. Like, that, those were his horns, Mr. Krabs.
Oh, by the way, when you left the painting room, the painting was back to normal.
Oh. That's good. That's good. It was a really nice painting. Something else she'd also take if she had
the temple seemed a little bit refurbished when you came out.
Like from when she first initially was in?
From when she entered the painting room.
But like compared to when she first
Yeah.
came in. Huh. I wonder what would happen if she brought the ring back. But that's for another adventure if she ever feels being oh so generous.
And hunting down Tux.
And hunting down Tux, which is also... Oh, I need to put that in my inventory.
Tux's little handkerchief?
Yeah.
So 8.5?
Yeah. What did you say it said? Good job, kid?
Yes. From Tux.
From Tux?
Yeah. No, yeah, from Tux. No, it'll be...
Tux.
No, what's...
Max. Short. From Maximilian.
What's a very, like, formal ending? Like, sincerely?
That is... Yeah.
Would you consider that very formal?
Yeah. It's not like he's gonna say love.
No,
Kisses, XXO, XOXO.
Yeah, it'll be good job, kid. Sincerely, Tux.
Okay. What about your highlight lowlight?
Considering it went so smooth, 9.5.
Okay.
Me, it like zero real hiccups.
Did you get scared at the first room?
I was
You
like,
were like, oh no, my girlfriend's stupid.
I was like, there are 4.
I had a 4.0
There are
GPA in high
4
school, by the way.
square-shaped pillars. 1 covered in obsidian. 1
I did not want to
in
get the box out for the life of
topaz.
me.
2 that don't have any, but 1 has emerald bits at the base of it.
See,
The
if this was a
pillars are
physical video
labeled.
game, I would have beat that in no time at all.
The pillars are labeled 1, 2, 3, and
I know, it
4.
was making me so mad. I'm like, this is so fucking simple and I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's almost like the puzzle from... it's exactly the puzzle from Skyrim, where you have to get the golden claw.
The claws.
And then you have to look at it to see the code. But I never do that, so I just put in random codes and press the button.
Yeah.
But you just didn't look at the claw, your claw, which was the box.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, the reason why I had no fear at the beginning, Christy, was because you're like, oh, so this corresponds to the left side of the box. I was like, oh, she already said it.
Yeah, I just didn't get the rest of the memo.
She figured that part. I was like, oh no, this might be too easy. And then you took forever to figure out anything.
Yes.
I was going to have Demos make a comment about her, like, taking a bath, but then I was like, he is attached to her and has seen her have sex with Malice. It's not like he's gonna make a comment about that.
I mean, if he wants to, he can. I think it'd be cute.
Maybe. But,
whoa there, this is for business!
I was surprised at how quick the second puzzle was solved.
Yeah, because I was like, why is the fireplace so tall?
Why is the fireplace so what?
Tall. And I was like...
No, not that part. You solved that very quickly, but I wasn't worried that you solved that quickly. I was glad you solved
I
that.
was. I was like, there's no other rooms here.
I'm talking about figuring out the
torch?
shape room puzzle of, like, yeah, you have to stand at the torch
Mm-hmm.
at a certain spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last room puzzle you solved in, like, an appropriate amount of time. I felt like that was the weakest and easiest of all the puzzles. For a moment there, I was like, eesh, maybe I should have put a number on each of the pillars. I was like, no, if I give numbers to the pillars, it's too easy.
It's too easy, yeah.
I was like, I feel like the message of you have to walk past them in an order would give you the order you need to press it into.
Mm-hmm. No, but that was good. That was good.
Highlight would be you getting through it. So, like...
You're like, da-da-da-da!
Well, no, it's because it's like...
Baby Sarah's puzzle!
Basically. It's just mostly because it's like, as someone making a puzzle, the worst thing imaginable is
not from someone not being able to solve it.
Yeah, is frustrating someone. And the other worst part about making a dungeon like this is I didn't want to just make there be 3 rooms that you could enter. I wanted you to solve the puzzles in an order.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to deter you from being able to get to the other places first. So that's why I just had a painting, and I had a fireplace, and then...
What if I went to the painting second?
The painting I would have told you that the bottom is winter, the top isn't. And if you would have checked behind it, I would have said, like, if you would have taken it off and looked, I'd be like, yeah, it seems like there's a secret door, but you can't tell if there's a way to open it, kind of deal.
You're welcome that I went to the right. I don't know. I guess the fireplace was just more obvious to me. I was like,
good, yeah.
Next!
But it's like, I had to deter you from going there, so I was like, just a normal door. No deterrence. Going to get you that puzzle done. Go to the fireplace. Go through that. Perfect, all done. And then the third one, it was like, just the smoothness of it once the box was introduced, just boom, boom, boom. And it was like, it took time, you gathered your information, there was a little bit of thinking, I helped out a little bit, like, oh, well, you saw that this one had something, not this one, not this. Even that, I didn't have to point out which one didn't have the information. I was like, which ones have shown something and what maybe some haven't. And you did your own, like, angle stuff to figure out, okay, that one did, this one, these two didn't. And I was like, okay, well, how do you do it? And you're like, oh, well, angle. There's none of them can give me the right angle. Can I move the lights? No. Well, I have a torch. Boom, and you solved it. And I was like, oh, I love it. Perfect. My only worry as a DM is, like, you were like, can I investigate the fireplace? And I was like, yes. I was like,
and then I failed that shit.
And I was like, the problem with you failing it...
Oh, because you didn't want me to go there first?
Well, I wanted you to fail it because I didn't want you to go there first. But I didn't want you to fail it because if I was like, yeah, just a normal fireplace, it's just a really big hot fire. It's like once you go do the water stuff and you come back, you're like, there's nothing to investigate because I already checked, I fucked up on the fireplace. There's nothing interesting about the painting. What do I do? And you just go to get left at your own dead end. But you went back and instead of asking me to roll investigation, you asked for a more tangible thing of like, can I feel the heat? Is it like an illusion? Well, it technically is an illusion, but it's an illusion that does give off heat. But to give you an out, to give you a way to like start investigating more, I was like, yeah, it's warm, but it's not fire warm. And then you did your own little investigation stuff, and you figured it out. That was really good. Originally, you were supposed to walk through the painting, like Super Mario, but then I was like...
I never played Super Mario.
I was like, that's obscure for you, and then also it's like, I had no way of directing your character to think of entering the painting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Low light, I don't think I really have one. The only low light I have is this was overly video gamey, because I didn't make a temple that actually works as a temple. I mean, in my head, I have a rationale for why it's the way it is.
You could have had it that The jacuzzi was, the rest and the relaxation.
Well, no, my rationale is that the main chamber is the worship area.
Uh-huh.
The chamber is for, the healing and the rest and all that.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 chambers are for the puzzle box.
Okay, yeah.
And that's the point of them, is to get into the final chamber to reach all of the archaic, temple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, that's a really weird temple. So in my head, I've rationalized it that it's not a grand temple. It's more of a
small.
safe haven, small place of worship, rather than a full-on nature church or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. It served its purpose.
Yeah, it's done. And then, another low light is me being like, why is Christy just playing like she's only a rogue? Like, she has more than that. And I was like, I forget that I kind of need to control Deimos. But that's a little bit hard because I don't want to force you into, you're going to disguise your way out, or...
It's fine. I honestly like the oddballs, because I thought you were going to cast invisibility, because that's on his spell list.
I didn't know he had invisibility.
Let me check his spell list again.
He's level 3. He can't have 3rd level spells.
Invisibility is a 2nd level spell.
Is it?
It is. He has Darkness, Invisibility, Knock, Shadowblade, Wither, and Bloom.
Fuck. I should have... I like disguise.
That's what I honestly... No, disguise is fine. We worked through it. You can just say he doesn't know how to do it yet, or he didn't have enough energy to do it yet. I think it's cool that he's kind of weaning some of his abilities in, and that it's not... Well, I mean, when I'm playing, I use whatever is gonna help me in the fight. But I like the idea of, he's slowly, opening his jacket and be like, what do you want,
belt.
kid? So that's fine. That's fine. But no, I like the oddballs, because we get things like lactose intolerance,
so
having another moment, and the
it.
brothers,
We know. Yeah.
It's not your fault you were born this way.
It's not your fault you can't enjoy God's gift to the world. Go. Run.
But yeah.
Yeah, so for me it's 9.5. I really, really enjoyed it. I feel like it feels better knowing that I've always had an anxiety of running puzzle-based stuff, or even dungeons in general.
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt really anxious about running.
Ever since Kelb, babe, I know. It's okay. Kelb.
We don't talk about Kelb.
Kelb.
We don't edge. We do not talk.
The ape fight is what mentally scarred me. The Kelb puzzle is what mentally scarred you.
No, Kelb scarred everyone. I would mention it and people would get mad. I forgot what happened, but you were like, time to go back to Kelb because I want to go see Rex's family. And I remember hearing someone in the party audibly groan.
It was probably Austin. But yeah. Kelb is such a good name for a village.
Traumatized Sam, who was only tangentially in it for a quarter of the time.
That's because Sam was so determined. He's like, my character might have a negative intelligence, but Sam needs to figure it out. But yeah, that's all.
Oh, but yeah, coming off of that is so much. You have to remember.
My Fitbit is 69%.
Pog. You have to remember, I'm coming from a place of every time I've run D&D, I've had my players either be like, I only want roleplay, or I only want combat. No one has ever wanted puzzles. You're the only player who actively told me that exploring new and weird and wacky places was, interesting to them. And even then, you, at the time, had no way of expressing what that meant to me, so I thought you literally just liked seeing weird, cool environments. And that was what was cool to you. And so I was like, so roleplay, going to new places, and combat are the only things my party enjoy. They don't like puzzles. And I was like, if I do a dungeon crawl, it's going to have to be filled with monsters, so the combat people are going to be happy.
Yeah.
But the roleplay people are going to be bitches. And then if I ever let them go to a city and stay there for longer than 13 seconds, the roleplay people are going to get glued to it and never want to leave. And so the combat people aren't going to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that has, always kept me into this mode of, forcing you guys to go around, fight, roleplay, fight, roleplay, fight, roleplay.
and just never ever have you guys stop with puzzles. The only time a puzzle ended up working out in the first one was when I baited Austin by making him do the Shadow Monk puzzles.
Can you even say that was like...
There were four puzzles. He had to figure out how to teleport into the shadow area at the fountain.
Uh-huh. I remember that being like the most time that like Austin has ever been like...
Fully engaged.
Fully engaged. And I remember being so happy. I'm like, he's actually... What's mom? I'm like, he's actually playing D&D right now.
He's 100% engaged.
I'm like, he's 100%
Do you know what
D&D right now.
made me so happy that session?
What?
That everyone wanted to do their own thing that session.
And everyone was okay with it?
Everyone was okay with it, but more importantly, it made me be able to savor the first time Austin had been truly 100% engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would let Austin have like 10, 20, 30 minutes trying to figure out the puzzle. And I was like, this is unfair to let everyone else have to wait for this. So I was like, alright, Austin, you think on it. Christy, what is Rie doing across town? And then we would have you have 30, 40 minutes doing something.
Cheating on all of her boyfriends.
Then we would jump to the next person, give them 20, 30 minutes. And jump to the next person, 20, 30 minutes. And then back to Austin. And he had been thinking the entire time with his entire brain. Trying to
his entire brain, yeah.
And then he would get like 20, 30 minutes. And he would make a little bit of progress. And then I would pull him away from it and go to someone else.
Yeah.
And it just felt so good that every time I came back to him, he was 1,000% engaged, 1,000% focused on solving this puzzle. And for one very long session, because this was the time where we were still having like 8-9 hour long sessions. For the first time in a very long session, which to be fair, a 9-hour long session, I don't expect anyone to fully pay attention the entire time. Mm-hmm. But every time it came to his character to keep fucking with this puzzle, his brain was on.
His brain open.
And it just felt so good. And I was like, I am entertaining the combat-only player in a non-combat situation because they want to solve this thing so bad.
Yeah, yeah.
I was so sad when it was over.
Mm-hmm. That's probably like Austin's like peak character moment that I could think about. Besides him getting mad at me that I killed something that he didn't kill because I was like, I don't want that thing getting back up. Yeah. So you played today?
Maybe. 9.5 out of 10. Highlight was how smooth it went. Lowlight was the constant minor past D&D trauma of puzzles.
This is good. This is healing the generational trauma.
I will say my other lowlight is that I have a tendency to have a vision for how certain things go. Mm-hmm. And
I'm over here like, no.
Well, but I tend to try and semi-force things onto the party, slightly railroading and stuff. But
I don't care. I don't care at all.
I did. You did care. When I made you have not realize that the first solved side of the puzzle box opened itself out. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh.
And I feel bad. I do regret it a little bit as a DM. However,
I just feel like something so, like, obvious, you know? If you're like, oh, this box turns completely smooth on one side.
Yeah.
And Wynn takes a big nap and then wakes up and then the box is back to how it is, it'd be very obvious.
And that's fair, but I feel like at that point...
If I had a negative perception, then maybe, yeah, but my perception is a little above average.
I was going to say, to be fair, it's, in my mind, it's more along the lines of two rationales for me, and again, I might just be rationaling it because I feel bad, but Wynn did just wake up from a 4-hour nap. She knows she just slept for 4 hours. She knows that she has people bounty hunting on her. She might be panicking and still groggy from, you know, the sleep drug that just got injected into her. And she might just say, try it again. You know?
Yeah.
And so that's one rationale. And then my other rationale is, and as fucked up as this might seem, as a player, you're like, what you asked to do and what you asked to check matters. So when you wake up and you're like, has anything changed? Or do all the shadows... Are all the shadows of the change, or did the combination change on
I
me?
don't think that far ahead.
And that's fine. And again, that's my fault. It's one of those things of like projecting how you think onto other people, and that's why a lot of D&D puzzles end up being annoying because you're like, well, how did you guys not know that the rabbit on the wall signified being gay, and being gay is rainbow? So you're supposed to press the things in the order of the rainbow.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. And it's like, why? I would never think that way.
Mm-hmm.
The rabbit's white, so I push the white button. That's... I don't know what you want from me. It's one of those cases of like, in my mind, if I had my character wake up knowing I was being bounty hunted in a strange, weird temple that I just got knocked out in, I'd be like, is there anyone in the temple? Have I lost anything?
Meanwhile, I have Wayne just be like, there are wrong answers.
Exactly. And that's one of the things of like projecting my own thoughts upon someone else. I should have told you that the boxes changed, and then had you deal with that. But probably my only real regret of the session. But that's what it keeps it from being a 10 for me as a DM.
Okay, all right.
That and the fact that you didn't make it a 10, so we all know I can't give it a 10.
Daniel, I'll never say 10. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you will just blow my mind out of the fucking water one day, but again, first sessions are always hard
When you
to
eventually either get a session where you have sex with Varric and or marry Demos, will be a 10. Because you're stupid and you're...
I'm a woman, Daniel! I'm a woman!
Or until I give you weird, obscure lore that I pull out of my ass in a weird, haunted woods.
Yeah.
You give that one a 10 out of 10.
That'll be the Halloween episode, coming up soon.
I have zero clue how you call that one a 10.
What?
Lost Woods.
I think that's probably, like, the first time that, like, me, Austin, and Dakota were all, like, cooperative, and we all were, like, on the same track. We were all, like, no one was saying dumb shit that didn't make sense that threw us off track. We
Yes,
were all...
you were.
Shut up, no.
You guys were like, can I comprehend language the trees? I was like, what the fuck?
We did not! That was Coda. I don't have comprehend. Look, Bree's a fighter. She can only do so much. But it was just, I don't know.
Austin tried fighting the mist.
Maybe it was also just the magic of us in the kitchen, the old kitchen table that was small and ovular.
And I did take up half of it with all my DM
And you
stuff.
took up half of it because you had your whiteboard down and you had a stack of books and, like, the original, like, DM screen. And we were using amiibos as... I don't know. It's like that homegrown kind of fun, you know? We could have done it without the Dungeon Master's Guide and the Player's Handbook, but we did it with them because we had them.
Because there was no combat.
Yeah. But it was just, I don't know, a good memory, fond memory.
I still have zero clue how you call it a 10 out of 10. Because I asked you this last time and you're like, I don't know, Daniel, it's just the atmosphere and the lore you gave us. And I was like, I was pulling so much shit out of my ass so quickly. But
It's a bedtime now.
definitely, it's fucking
It is
7 in the morning.
7 in the morning, yeah. Alright. We're gonna kiss the mic. Get your dogs off my microphone! Stop it! Stop.
The audience gets attacked by
No.
by 5 pit bulls.
Watch the audience get attacked by 5 pit bulls. Alright. Mwah.
You're gay and you know it.
Am I right? There was just no trapezoid or, like, topaz
There was
thing?
nothing yellow or topaz. Well, so okay. Rule of making a very simple puzzle is to make a simple puzzle.
If something can't fit, then just don't put
Well,
it
no,
in.
to make a simple puzzle, the answer is make a puzzle that gives your player every single answer they could possibly need to instantly solve the puzzle. And then just remove one piece and throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once the player gathers all the other information, they can use inference to infer what that missing piece was. In this case, you go, well, has to be sapphire, this has to be emerald, this has to be ruby, and this has to be obsidian. So the one that's missing has to be topaz.
Yeah.
Just like in the first room, it's that one's obsidian, that one is topaz, these two are bare, but this one has emerald bits at the bottom.
Yeah.
Which I can assume that means that's the emerald pillar.
So then this one has to be quartz. That's one way you can do a puzzle to make it very simple, but then make it a little bit more complex. And then the other one is the other type of puzzle, which was room 2, is the thinking outside the box puzzle, where the solution is within the bounds of the rules of the puzzle. The puzzle's like, oh, look at this obvious answer, look at this obvious answer, look at this obvious answer. But the answer is just slightly non-obvious. It's just sort of hidden away, but it's not like crazy difficult to figure out. And it's more of like trying to figure out the information that's missing. And for that one, it was, well, these two never lit up, huh? And this brazier, there's a brazier for every single other one except for these, and I can't move the paintings, I can't move the braziers, I can't move the statues. So I have to move the light. How can I move the light? I have a torch that I'm moved, and then there you go.
Yeah.
That's
That
how
was good.
That's how I like
Can
to
I
do
take
puzzles.
this egg? The one thing about reusable straws is that if after they sit in your drink for a while, you taste the steel.
It's because your drink's acidic and it's eating the metal, and then you're drinking it. That's how copper poisoning works.
Steel.
Steel.
Did you just kill people straight up? What?
Excuse me? Is this egg going to kill me?
No, apparently a gargantuan dragon in 3E, if they got you in their jaws, they have that ability. It says, jump DC to crush opponents. They can just jump on you and crush you with their body weight to deal, I think it just kills you. It doesn't say damage, it just says it crushes you.
You fucking die.
If they're flying, they can just choose to crush you.
I'm going to land now, huh? You know, the barbarian's like, just you wait till you get fucking down here. And
Crunch.
Like, okay.
Fine, I'll get down.
It's still so
All
funny
orcs are Cockney.
that in Shadow of Mordor,
The orcs are Cockney.
It's so funny. British people.
Looks at all of the orcs in Mordor.